Hello everybody, it's Steve. Welcome back to Frostpunk. In the last video, we kind of went on cruise control. We've got enough supplies to really make it through whatever the Frostland can throw at us. And I think this is actually going to be the last video in the series. The main reason being is that there isn't much left for me to do. We are full on raw food. We are full on rations, steel, wood, coal, even prosthesis. We're full on all these things. I do have a couple of teams still out in the Frostland, and my plan for this video is to actually get through the next few storms. There's going to be some big jumps in time in this. Get the last of the relics, go over all the relics with you, and then we'll wrap up the series at that point. I do have a scout team heading to the first, maybe, buried dreadnought? No, the second buried dreadnought that we found this one. We know there's going to be another one out this way. We do have a team returning to Winterfield, and they'll also follow out this team that's heading toward the Ice Needle. So we're going to get as much as we can done in this video. So there's going to be a lot of fast forwarding in this. And I'm now actively looking at what my next game should be. Alright, Scout Unit 2 has returned a bunch of supplies when I've stocked on everything. I'm going to have them hang on for just a little bit, because once this team arrives at the Ice Needles, I'll send this team on to go join them, and then by that, then this team will probably return from the buried dreadnought with all that. We'll send them on to the Ice Needles, and we'll just get all three teams going in one direction. The next storm is in just over a week, so there's going to be a big jump of time going from here. Oh, there they are. Alright, a sooty tomb. We're going to need a steam core, but also 500 wood and 300 steel. I have all of that. Let's go and bring them back to the city. Hey, look, I'm actually able to mine some of this stuff. Woo! Did not expect to have that coughing fit going on. Yeah, I actually went to a hockey game last night. First hockey game of the season. Went, screamed my lungs out. Since I'm near the Austin area, the Texas Stars are the AHL team. Kind of like, if you're not familiar with how the hockey leagues work, and if you're in the States and you don't know that, I totally get it. Because we don't... I mean, NHL is not one of the major sports here, and it's a pity as such. So you have, like, the NHL. That is where the Dallas Stars, the LA Kings, the Ducks, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Toronto Blue... Maple Leafs. I don't know why I said blue there. The Toronto Blue Jays are baseball. But having... Those where the big teams are. AHL, the American Hockey League, that is the equivalent of AAA. We have the MLB, and then you have AAA teams that kind of like feeders up to the big leagues. AHL is that, so it's one step below, and it's really fun going to those games, because the game I went to, this was the November 12th game, because I'm recording this on the 13th. Go ahead and speed this up while I'm going over these things. That AHL game was the Texas Stars and the Colorado Eagles. And apparently these teams are a little fighty already. So it's kind of nice to actually see them drop the gloves more than once. Alright, Desolate Valley has been located, so we're going to send this team on here. We're going to send you on to Nya. Okay, we got the thing. I don't know why I was saying... Yeah, we got the relic. But the... Oh, it was a good game. Unfortunately, it was Colorado won 2-1 in a shootout, and in all the times I've been going to Texas Stars game, I've actually never seen them go into a shootout. It was really impressive to actually see them do it. We got a bunch of steam cores. I'm now going to send this scout team also on to the Ice Needles, and we'll go ahead and I'll break from my talking about hockey to talk about the tools of a surgeon, a set of surgeon tools that belonged to Sir Thomas Waters, a physician on one of the first Frostland expeditions, with a page from his personal notebook. My everyday tools. As a field surgeon, I saw my fair share of horrors that required amputations, but nothing can prepare me for the dreadful reality of living in this hell of Norse mythology. Merely trying to survive in such temperatures is like being on a battlefield. Frostbite is as common as a bullet wound, and likewise as dangerous. So it's not surprising that the tools we received in London could have come straight from my field chest, with emphasis on speed and brutal efficiency. For anesthesia, I got a small bottle of ether and a wooden gag. God have mercy on us. And this is also the first folio that we got in the last video, the painted toy horse. We recovered it in the last video too. So I think we got one more relic, and then we're going to really speed on through. But whew, if you do live in an area that has access to an AHL team, an NHL team, or maybe even a AHL, NHL, even ECHL. That's like the tier below it, AA equivalent for hockey. Go watch those games. They are so much fun to go do because you get that little. It's a smaller game. You don't have the big giant crowds. It's very family friendly. These events, of course, you're going to see some fighting because these are characters who, or not characters. These are players who probably have a little bit of angst. They're still working out. This here. All right, cool. They're still trying to work out some of the probably anger issues that they have. So it's really nice. It's really good to see them, these players, developing their skills on the ice. You can get really good seats. I mean, the tickets that I usually get are like $30, and these are the good seats. You want to be down on the ice at a AAA game or an AHL game. For the Texas Stars, I can attest to this because my wife and I have done it one time. I know once we did. Oh God, how much are the tickets? I think it was like $60 to be on the glass, right up against it, front row. You want to go one row back, $30, half price, just to go be behind one person. And if you want to be on the upper level, they've even got those little what are they called? They got those I'm getting there. Damn it, I can't think of it. Suites. So if you did want to have, a family event, not a family event, but like a business event, that's absolutely doable at these places. And the Texas Stars, where the hell? Okay, that automaton just went into the wall. I saw that there. The Texas Stars, that's the HEB Center where they play. So they've even done concerts up there before, and they have those events available. The sled is tumbled into a fissure, concealed by an ice bridge. Peering over the edge, we can see other sleds, scattered cargo, and several frozen bodies. The sled was the last one in a column. All the others fell into the fissure. When we climbed down to the bottom of cover, we discovered that not all the drivers died from the fall. Some bodies are lying side by side in sleeping bags. We did recover some steam cores, though, and I'm going to send this team out to the wrecked vehicle at this point. And also this way. I'm actually going to send all three teams to the same spot, because I think there's going to be something else there. There it is! Empty campsite and a buried dreadnought. Alright, this guy can actually go here. I'm going to send both teams this way. Damn. Alright, we're going to send both teams that way. And the race is on. So going back to hockey in and of itself, the major sports in the States are basketball, baseball, football, and soccer now. MLS. No, I didn't say hockey in there. The four major sports, then there's always an overlap for the NHL with other seasons. And it's one of the reasons that I think hockey gets overlooked so much in the United States, is that when the hockey season starts, it usually starts in the first couple of weeks of October. NFL's been going for 4 weeks at that point. Basketball's been going on probably for 3 months at that point. And baseball is in the playoffs. So those seasons are already occupied. So NHL's already fighting for eyes. There's fighting for an audience there. Baseball season ends, basketball season's still going, NFL continues going through to early February when the Super Bowl happens. NHL has their All-Star game probably right around the same time as the NBA All-Star game. So it's automatically overshadowed by that. Getting into mid-February, when you only have, and I'm not sure about what the MLS schedules are like, so I'm kind of I'm not leaving them out here because I'm not really up to date on soccer, football, whatever your preference of the name is. But the NBA, their season pretty much goes non-stop. Their season's always going, so it's almost always going to be overlapping with another sport. So in February, going toward the end of the hockey season in April and May, when you have the Stanley Cup playoffs, you have a little bit of time with just hockey and basketball, and then you have baseball spring training start up in March, and their season going all the way to October. So right there, you're getting that overlap all the time, and I'd love to see the Saturday night games on ABC or hell, even ESPN, because ESPN has the broadcasting rights now to the NHL. seeing that on like primetime television. But even now, you also, I forgot to mention this one, college football's going on right now. And the Saturday night games, they're all on the major networks. ABC's going to be having, a lot of their games going. We've got the empty campsite. And we're going to the wind-blown forest there. So ESPN has the rights to these, but they also have the rights to run college football games. So you're getting that. And ESPN is owned by Disney, who also owns ABC. All right, we're at the Dreadnought. Toxic Trap, 250 wood, 100 steel. Get it. All right, that is it, actually. So let's actually send these guys to Nya. First, just trying to see everything I can get here in the next 5+ days. You have ESPN with control over the broadcasting for it, but they're putting it on the back burner. They're keeping all the eyes on college football, because that is the big draw. You get a lot more eyes watching college football games than you would an NHL game, because the sport is not very popular in the States. And I believe that's partially the fault of broadcasting, in that you don't get these games being aired. So how can people learn about it, get interested in it, and start to follow it if it's not available for consumption on TV? That's what I see with it. And since I'm originally from Seattle, I'll use the example of the Seattle Kraken. Their inaugural season kicked off this year. They started playing in Vegas, against Vegas. That was a disastrous game for us. Okay, we're all doing good there. Reach the Windblown Forest. Alright, that's it. That's all the things. Alright, return to the city immediately. Without having that access to see it... Oh, sorry. Go back to where I was in the script. Scroll. There we go. So the Seattle Kraken, they started their season off. Their home opener against the Vancouver Canucks was in late October. ESPN, in their infinite stupidity, they put the game on ESPN Plus, kind of like behind their Hulu paywall. So if you wanted to watch the first home game of this new team, ooh, that's tempting, you had to essentially get a premium package through a streaming platform to watch a home game. You're not going to get the layperson to do that unless they've already got that platform through something else. So if it was on, it used to be called Fox Sports, now it's called Root Sports across much of the country, unless it's on like there, or it's on cable, or it's on one of the local stations, you're not going to get eyes on it, and you're not going to see people tuning into it. Yes, the Kraken are doing very poorly this season, and here's a little hint, or here's a little fact about that. Out of the expansion leagues, since the 1960s, when all the major sports started undergoing their expansions, and especially spreading out to the West Coast, only one team has had a winning record. No, is it a winning record? It's either a winning record or made the playoffs in their first season. And that was the Vegas Golden Knights, and that is damn good on them. But for all these new teams that are coming up and being formed, like Austin FC, first season, they did not do that great. But they had a very devoted fan base in Austin. I mean, ravenous fan base. For the Kraken, you've got a lot of fans for them, but you also have this compounding factor of the team is not going to do well in its first season. That's known, because this team is brand new. They're just getting to know each other. They're probably going to start finding where all the pieces fit in here soon. And then probably in the next couple of seasons, they'll start to get their shit in one sock and be able to, do better on the ice. You also have the issue of not a lot of people are able to see this game, see their home games, because it's not readily available to them. Alright, I've bitched enough about hockey. It's been about 14 minutes of me going on about that. Let's look at the secret mission here. Unthinkable Theory. The main objective is establishing and following a set of robust security procedures and enlisting as needed the help of technical staff to protect the scientific members of the expedition from dangers posed by the ferocious Arctic fauna and weather. The following part of your mission is considered a state secret. Report all mentions of the anthropogenic sulfur aerosols or the term saffron cloud, while doing your best to refute any and all rumors concerning them. Our operatives have failed to uncover any conclusive evidence of the mere existence, much less use of this alleged doomsday weapon. You must not allow such unfounded theories to distract the scientists from finding out the real reasons behind the recent cooling. Oh. So this is an assignment order for Lieutenant Edward Billings, RN, posted as military liaison officer to Arctic Observatory of the Royal Astronomical Society. So the Saffron Cloud. Okay. That... Okay. That reminds me a little bit of Snowpiercer. I can't remember what it originally came out on. It was a film, I want to say 2015-ish, with Chris Evans, and it's now been adapted into a TV series, but which does make a lot of sense because the show, like, we know how the movie ends, so it's gonna have to take, I guess it's a prequel or something. I haven't watched the TV show, so it sounds like whatever happened to this world was caused by something very similar to what happened in the Snowpiercer universe. And I'm just going to look up here because I cannot remember. Alright, cool. We got our steam cores. We got our wood. We're at 22 steam cores now. And we're just waiting for the storm. So what I'll probably do... Oh, 2013, excuse me. I really thought it was 2015, excuse me. Alright, so... Huh. So apparently Snowpiercer is no longer on Netflix in the States. That's weird. Go ahead and go back to full speed on that. I'm trying to go into the plot here. Right. Storm's coming. So, yep. Okay, we're fine. We've recovered all teams. Here we go. So this is what it is. I'm just reading the Wikipedia plot for Snowpiercer, and this is very similar. I'm drawing the parallels here now. In 2032, 18 years after an attempt to stop global warming, via me coughing horribly, and a stratospheric aerosol injection catastrophically backfires and creates a new ice age. Yep, and... yeah, that could go absolutely horribly wrong. But I do remember that, and that was like the main, like in the credits for Snowpiercer, the film. They mention about, like, this whole way of, fighting global warming by doing this, that, or the other, and that was the one thing I remember from it. So, there you go. Also, yeah, no, I'm allowed to say this, actually. If you've been with the video at this point, I get to tell you, and I'm going to bring this up also in the next, Surviving Mars video, because I've actually recorded quite a bit ahead in that. Let's see. Yeah, no, I've already recorded episode 11 of Surviving Mars Below and Beyond, so I won't bring it up in Surviving Mars until next Wednesday, because I've recorded so far ahead in that. Well, I guess it'll be Tuesday if I don't have a replacement for this series, but my next Surviving Mars video, after episode 11, I got a promotion at work. That's really huge for me. I went up for a supervisor position. I'm going to let the houses just get cold. Okay, I'll just go ahead and do this. But I applied for a supervisor position at my job, and it was kind of fun because the manager who was assigned to the interview was... let's check what the tempo overlay is here. Wow, these guys are still livable. Even at 90 below. I love it. This public house is just... I cannot get the public house and the cookhouse going. It's unfortunate. Even with all the heating I've got. But... oh, that one's not shut down. Oops. I went for a supervisor position. And the person who did the interview, it was 3 managers who interviewed me. I thought I had a pretty good interview. And I even got the feedback from them saying, yeah, you gave a really good interview, but we had some more qualified candidates. Totally fine. I work with a lot of really qualified, really good people. So getting to hear that they gave me at least some serious consideration was quite nice. Alright, so let's go ahead, put these guys in real quick. And the conversation really went with, so we're not going to extend the supervisor position to you right now, but we're also going to offer you a coaching role, which is like the half step between my current job and a supervisor. So coach is essentially supervisor in training. I'm training the new employees on how to do the job, and then the supervisor can, actually lead them once they're kind of working on the floor. Send these teams out on your way. So I got that call, and amazingly it was like late Tuesday, early Wednesday that I got that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I logged in on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, I have nothing assigned to me. Again, I work in insurance. I'm doing auto claims. I had nothing assigned to me. What's going on? Like, is something up? Saw the message from the manager saying, okay, I got the interview. It's like, oh, okay, this could be good news. They're saying that, I've got nothing assigned to me. This might be a good thing. And then I got the word that, hey, we're actually going to be training you. We're going to be moving you up into training. Oh, yeah, and by the way, you start next Tuesday. So 2 days ago. I'm in the job for, going on 3 days at this point. Again, I'm recording ahead of time, so I'm able to do this stuff. Mountain Watchtower. Cool. Have we not seen that one yet? So my schedule's changing up a little bit. It's going to be a little finicky. And I'm also trying to get and record ahead of time as much as possible, which is why I do a lot of these early morning recordings, because I'm able to do so without, while my daughter's sleeping, dog and cat are okay, I've got them, taken care of for the morning, and, before my wife wakes up and before I have to start, really working on the house, I've got a little bit of time to do this on my own. So I'm taking advantage of this available time for me during the week, because I know my schedule is going to get a massive seismic shift here very soon. Alright, found a small airship and a rock spire. We're going to go to the rock spire first. And I'm really, really excited about this new role. I know it's essentially going to be the equivalent of, okay, here's your cinder block, there's the deep end, go have fun. But I don't know what it's going to entail. I know some of the people who are already coaching, and one of them actually is a friend of mine from when I was working in the office before I went to work from home. So we've been catching up a little bit, and he's going to be training me, kind of showing me the ropes and what I have to do, and it's going to be a lot of work. And I'm really excited for it. Several frozen bodies inside the shack. And I'm going to head off to the empty cave. Alright, so I think at this point what I'm going to do is put a little bit of a break in here, so I can locate the other relics. I'm going to go grab the last 2 relics, bring them back, and then that's going to be all 15 relics. And then I'll pretty much just wrap up the series at that point. So we'll do a little fade out here, and ooh. Alright. I do like the fact that I can get 3 steam cores from all these things. And we're going to go this way. Yep. So a little break in here, and I'll be back once I've got the last 2 relics coming back to the city. Okay, so we're coming back now at about day 100. I've got both, 2 of my scout teams have returned to the city. My last scout team is heading for the last dreadnought right now. I've got 30 steam cores, and I've got about 5 days before the next thing arrives. This is another toxic trap. We'll spend all the materials to safely recover a relic, and while that's taking the 16 hours, almost 17 hours to come back, I did get relic number 14 as well, the chemical plant sketch. A page from a set of blueprints for a chemical plant that was rejected by the industry committee. It contains comments from at least 2 different people involved in the decision process. One says, forbidden fruit. It deeply saddens me to say that while the design is elegant and highly practical, I cannot recommend implementing it. Hard liquor is the least dangerous among the variety of substances an unscrupulous reader could use to keep the people in check, and this plant is capable of churning out many drugs and stimulants as well. It is our duty to weigh the benefits for the colony of the various chemicals that can be produced in this plant against the mortal danger some of them pose not just to the well-being of the populace, but to their immortal souls. A comment in another hand, remove from official circulation, but do not destroy, transfer to proposals under consideration. Interesting. Artwork here. Chef's kiss. Alright. So we're going to get into day 101, actually. We just rolled over into day 101. There's that next storm for day 105, and that team's going to come back here. We're going to read that, and we're going to kind of take a little tour around the city before we wrap up this series. As for what video is going to be next, I really don't know. I really don't know what is going to be the next thing. Alright, Master Archivist unlocked. I'm assuming that is like, get all the relics. There, that's all of that, and something just popped up here. Oh. The archives are full. The recently found relic is safely deposited in the last free place in the archives. This is a momentous occasion for our city. We have managed to save a significant part of our history from destruction. If we ever find some artifact of comparable importance, which is unlikely, we'll have to find a new place for it, but now our task is completed. Well done. Alright, so the journal of Frederick Stanhope Morton, a 26-year-old engineer employed in the construction of an early generator. While he believed it to be the very first one, he was most likely misled. A utopia for our times. I cannot stop thinking how obscenely wasteful this whole endeavor is, to put such an astonishing amount of materials and so many months of hard work into building this marvel here, where nobody but a handful of selected scientists, financiers, and assorted notables can see it. Words fail me. Supposedly they don't want to get people's hopes up in case the whole project ends in a fiasco, but I can't see how such a simple and elegant mechanism could fail. The generator is the key to our future. Once the concept is proven, we can provide everyone with shelter and basic sustenance. Using the vast resources of the Empire, we only need time. And knowing how Frostpunk 2 is, there's going to be a lot of time. And where the people are dealing with the cold. But let's take a look at our wonderful city of Winterfield one last time. We have an advanced wardrobe. We have our advanced coal mine. What are you here? You're an infirmary. Way out here, that far from the generator. But I've got a nice little steam hub here. Some extra heaters, some very large resource depots. Our beacon. The hunter's hangars, which will provide us with a ton of sustenance. I could easily swap these out for a ton of, like, well, what, 10 industrial hothouses and their companions, automatons. We have our large garden. Very comfortable right now. We got our industrial hothouses. We have some manual coal operations here. Got some people pulling out the coal from the coal thumpers. Let's go ahead and just slap out a couple of sermons real quick. Kick that hope up to the maximum. We have our advanced steelworks providing us with plenty of steel, and this little shrine that really isn't helping because nobody works out here anymore. It's just the automatons. Another steam hub to keep these guys fueled and ready to go. Our master archive, which has been storing all the relics we've uncovered during this journey. A couple more coal mines here. Another resource depot, some small ones out here. We also have our cemetery, our tiny, tiny cemetery, with just one resident. Mordecai Gray died on day 8, I believe, from an odd lack of healthcare, which I'm pretty sure I was providing for folks at that time. More hunter's hangars, another shrine. A second advanced wall drill, our third advanced coal mine, giving us plenty of coal to keep this city warm. Little steam hub, keeping the automaton operational there. We have another large garden here, plenty of child shelters. They're all helping in medical facilities, thankfully. Just a big old network of child shelters during the day, keeping the kids safe. Houses upon houses upon houses around our generator. We have our little public square next to a medium garden. We have York Square, and I believe I have another one here. Yes, I have King Square, a big square, a little bit further back. It's comfortable right now, thanks to the nearby steam hubs. We have one of our 2 mess halls. We have our public house, which I've had a very hard time keeping warm, mind you. And of course, our infirmary here, through which some people, but not many, have sought out medical treatment. That, folks, is the end of this video, and probably the end of Frostpunk for the time being. As soon as Frostpunk 2 is announced, I'll definitely be doing several videos with it. I've been vastly enjoying this gameplay, and I hope you have too. This has been a real treat, learning more about the lore of this game, and seeing everything that the devs at 11-Bit Studios put into it. They're just tons of work, their hearts and souls into this project, and it definitely shows that they really care about this game. And, yeah. We're going to close out with a shot of the generator. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and all the videos that come out on this channel. Thank you all for watching. That will wrap it up for this video, and I'm going to shut down the generator. Oh my god, everybody's going to pass away. Yep, that's going to wrap it up. I'm just kidding, we'll keep it on. We'll keep these people alive going into Frostpunk 2. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.